$3,000 off MSRP. New or used, go to TrueCar.com. Offers clarity. Okay, so you watched the game last night, and I watched the game last night. And I watched every second of that game, and you watched every second of that game. I imagine many of you watching this show, most of America didn't watch it, but if you're watching this show, The Herd, you probably watched the game. First of all, the better passing team, Golden State. The better shooting team, Golden State. 4 stars to 2, Golden State. Better coach, a team that does less isolation. I thought it was very clear that after Golden State withstood about the first 15 minutes of that game was over. Finishing on the break, Golden State. Defense, Golden State. Passing, Golden State. They shot better free throws. They shot better field goals. They shot better three-pointers. Better at everything, and a better head coach, and better at making adjustments, which is what the playoffs are about. So now Golden State's got better everything, and they're better at adjusting, which I think over the series is a greater advantage. Now, my prediction was Golden State's going to win in 5, and they're going to be clearly better at everything. Dynasties beat very good teams. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen were a dynasty. Utah was a very good team. Portland, Seattle with Gary Payton Kemp, very good teams. Houston's a very good team. Golden State's a dynasty. Michael Jordan, Showtime Lakers, those are dynasties. And the truth is, last night, a lot of things, don't believe Twitter, a lot of things went right for Houston. They got off to a great start. They got off to a great start at home. That took Cleveland out of game 1 against Boston. That great start, LeBron out, over. They got off to a great start. Steph Curry was off. Steph Curry didn't play well. Houston was at home. Chris Paul and Harden combined for 64 points. That's what we said had to happen. Houston shot over 35% on threes. I mean, think about last night. I don't want to hear about turnovers. Nobody plays perfect. I don't want to hear about missed layups. Everybody misses layups. Golden State missed some gimmies last night. If I would have told you before last night's game, hey, Steph Curry can't hit anything. Houston gets off to a great start. Chris Paul and Harden combined for almost 65 points. Houston shoots a very solid percentage on threes, and they're at home. You'd have said, hoo-hoo, 1-0 Rockets. Their Golden State controlled the game. For the record, the odds have changed dramatically since the end of last night's game. In Vegas, Golden State is now minus 515, meaning you got to bet over $500 to win $100. Interesting. It's obvious one team is better clearly than the other. How could that one team, Houston, close the gap? I don't know. One word. LeBrockets? Daryl Morey admitted last year on ESPN it's all he thinks about, beating the Warriors.
How motivated are you to keep pace with the Warriors?
I mean, it's the only thing we think about. I think I'm not supposed to say that, but I mean, we're basically obsessed with how do we beat the Warriors. We calculate it's like 90% if we're going to win a title, we've got to obviously beat the Warriors at some point. And so we're extremely focused on that. And a lot of our signings and, you know, what we do during the year is based on that.
By the way, I love Daryl Morey. He's so brutally honest. Chris Paul's 33 years old, not getting younger. What is the one player? Who is the one player? This is what we predicted yesterday. I said Golden State's a dynasty. They're going to throttle a very good team. They'll win it in 5 or 6, but you'll clearly know after the series, oh, good God, it's not close. Remember, Curry's in his prime. Draymond's in his prime. Steve Kerr's in his prime. Clay's in his prime. Durant's probably out of it, but he's still like, it's like the LeBron thing where you look at the age and the years he's been in the NBA and you're like, yeah, Kevin Durant and LeBron are out of their prime, but they're so much smarter now than 7 or 8 years ago. They're so much more efficient that you really have 4-star players, 2 superstars and 4 stars for Golden State in their prime. How do you close the gap? How do you close it? LeBrockets. That's how you close it. Charles Barkley, he feels the same way I do after watching last night.
Man, I don't feel good about this series right now. I picked the Warriors in 5.
Can they win a game?
No, they're not going to win a game.
What if they just have the others hitting a couple shots, Harden, Paul goes off?
Hey, I picked the Warriors in 5. I want to say I'm taking the Warriors in 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like. You know, I do hear from time to time that people say, hey, yeah, it's bad for basketball. Is it bad for college football that Alabama continues to dominate? The Patriots continue to end up in Super Bowls? I watched every second of Golden State last night. I think what you're watching is Picasso. It's art. It's a Monet, a Matisse. Golden State is the best offensive team I have ever seen in my life. And I think there's a lot of people out there, never forget how Golden State was built. Steph Curry, pick number 7. Klay Thompson, number 11. Draymond Green, 2nd round. But Kevin Durant, really? You're going to hold it against Golden State because they actively recruited one star? Golden State drafted Curry, drafted Klay, drafted Draymond. And by the way, they were a good team that made a very smart choice saying, we like you, Mark Jackson. We think we can elevate with Steve Kerr. From their coach to their backcourt to their bouncer, Draymond Green. Don't hold a grudge against recruiting one star. You don't hold it against the Yankees. The Yankees and the Warriors are very similar. Sanchez, Torres, Aaron Judge. They came to the Yankees farm system. You're going to hold it against them because they went and got Giancarlo Stanton, one guy? You're going to hold it against them? You're going to hold it against the Warriors because the coach, they made a smart move. Their backcourt, legendary moves. Minnesota drafted 2 guards before Steph Curry, same draft. Draymond Green, 2nd round. And you can say what you want about Golden State. This is a smart organization that did it the right way. And in the player mobility era, yes, they went out and said, let's get Kevin Durant. He appears to be frustrated playing with Russell Westbrook. But don't give me this animosity. This team is built on smart decisions, from the owner to the GM to the coach to the players having the wherewithal to fly to the Hamptons, the tip of Long Island, and recruit KD. He's the icing. The cake was there. They won a title without him. They won 73 regular season games without him. He's the icing. This cake was already formed, and it's a delicious cake. Coming up next, the 3 things that make him all-time remarkable. And the dynasties all have it. That's next. It's The Herd.